Aloha huku ohana. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for your reading. This is all about the world is about to see you in a new light, and it's because you guys have rediscovered and uncovered this light within yourself. It's an ancient essence I was hearing that has been with you through many incarnations, and you're now conscious in regards to how this eternal light internally is guiding your path, okay? And there is something being illuminated, not just for you, but I'm also hearing for the world to see through you. Wow. Okay, this is very interesting. All right. Okay. Right, scene one, I literally call it the world is about to discover this new light that you've recovered within yourself, right? You're not just uncovering it, but this is something that you're recovering. And I basically saw you guys in a living room, and you were being shown as a archetype that was a very strong mystic energy, right? A very mysterious, mystic, esoteric presence, right? A transcendent presence. And your hair was wrapped in a towel because it was wet, and you wanted to dry it. So I wanted to kind of leave you alone to do your own thing in the living room, but you were still in the public eye. So it almost felt like I was watching something, which was you guys do something that was very personal to yourself, but you couldn't escape the fact that you were still being observed while you did this thing. And this is about public changes that you cannot hide. So it's almost like people are about to watch or look in on something that I'm hearing is like newly being discovered or rediscovered within yourself. So it almost feels like there is this vulnerability in regard to this, but anyway, living rooms in the metaphysical realm is all about the way that the world sees you, the public sees you. And again, it's changing because of the way that you see yourself, right? It's like the mirror essence. Wet hair is about an outsider that's looking in, and it's very visible in regards to how other people, again, view you. That's the only way that I can really say it. It's just like the gateway in which others are going to be perceiving you in some aspect, especially in new things that you're creating or the new, I'm hearing, versions of yourself that you're stepping into. That's almost how it feels like. Wet hair is also associated with something that you're trying to change when it comes to your approach to life. And again, this change is going to be something that is very visible to others. That's the only way I can like perceive it. It's like 10th house aspects, and some of you, again, especially links to first house energy. This could be even in your appearance, maybe personal beliefs that you're going through, personal attributes, personal relations, things of the self. It's like you're going through an identity rebirth and the world is going to see it. So this can also symbolize a massive transformation and readiness for new chapters that you're going to be embarking on. I'm hearing this is a new chapter within yourself as well. So it feels like you're kind of turning the leaf or turning a page, right, onto I'm hearing like a blank page, and it's up to you what you want to create yourself to be from this moment moving forward. Towels represent a fresh start and also something completing, right? If you think about, this is something that you're wrapping up, right? You're wrapping up the hair. So I'm hearing that's a wrap. So maybe I was hearing something around, I'm seeing a director, right, an act, and there's a scene that's been shot and they're like, all right, that's a wrap. So there's something around, this is you kind of taking, I'm hearing control when it comes to your destiny being in your own hands. Maybe there's certain things that you're wanting to wrap up, certain things with life force and the hair that you're no longer wanting to be entangled with. There's certain things that I'm hearing you want to detangle from your experience. But this could be something that you're training for. Maybe this is in your professional, your personal life, but the world is about to witness this new style that you're about to be wearing, right? When you talk about hair and kind of shifting that, and she was getting ready to blow dry it, it kind of represents this is something that you're taking more control of, right? It's like you're taking control when it comes to how you want to disperse your energy, and I'm hearing distribute that towards not just a loss, but I'm hearing an investment in yourself. So this could definitely feel like an investment in yourself, energetically, physically, financially, emotionally. It's like you're really putting yourself first, right? And then they were also talking about a shed in the garden that needed to be fixed when it comes to the roof, otherwise there would be a leak. So sheds are all about untapped potential, and this could be something that you've been storing. If you think about a shed, right, it's like you store things in the back end. I feel like this is something that you've been storing within your subconscious, and now that you're aware of this, I'm hearing with whatever's been hidden in the shadows, that's coming to light within you, something that's coming to the surface within you, you're going to be gaining something with the garden from this. And it could represent a skill, ability. Again, I do feel like these are things that you're recovering from these past or parallel lives, and these are ideas that maybe you haven't been fully utilizing up until now. And the roof, again, represents feelings of being kind of exposed, or like this gift that you're rediscovering within yourself, right? Or it feels like in this life you're uncovering it for the first time, leaves you feeling vulnerable in some way. So yeah, this is something that you've stored internally, maybe even behind the scenes, and you're being called to reveal it. And it's a sacred act. So it almost feels like you're sacrificing your comfort zone in order to be able to step out into the world, into your full potential, all right? And they were also talking about a mirror that was broken. So the way that you've seen yourself and the way that others view you is forever changing. When you talk about mirrors, it's all about self-reflection. So there is no more old point of reference. You know, that's what I'm seeing. Like, your past, it's almost like, again, you're being wiped clean, and it's like, who are you? Who do you want to be in this moment now? And how do you want to move forward? Because who you've been in order to get here is no longer the person that you're going to be moving forward, all right? And again, with that, there's a rebirth, there's a word that's coming through, not transformation, but there's almost like this shape-shifting energy, but there's something else that was coming through. Let's see if we can think of it. There's a phoenix rising from the ashes moment. It's like some kind of transformation. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. A metamorphosis. You're going through a metamorphosis right now. And it's a change that cannot be undone. Like, your consciousness has now become aware of things that you can no longer, I'm hearing, go back to sleep in regards to. So this is potential that you can no longer sleep on, all right? It's like, to first awaken, we must first sleep, right? So it's something that you've woken up to within yourself. Scene 2, I called it, this is all part of the journey. So you guys were in a shop and you accidentally checked out somebody else's food, and they were talking about the natural cycles of life and death. So shopping represents the selection of choices that are readily available for you, and you not having to ask for anyone's permission to be able to rise to the occasion just unfailingly, as the sun does every morning or the moon does every night. And this is about your natural state of being is going to be internal harmony within yourself, to the point where you're so rooted and grounded in who you are. I'm hearing where you're going, why you're going there, and why you're doing the things that you're doing. I'm hearing, and even in what you're doing, that nobody's presence or absence will disrupt your very being, okay? This internal state of harmony that you've cultivated, right? It also shows independence and autonomy, right? When you talk about self-checkout. So this could be a situation that you feel completely internally in control in regards to, and you don't need any external help or validation or acceptance to be able to really move forward with this integrity, right? Being able to align your actions accordingly with your morals, your ethics, or your values at this stage in your journey. You're able to fully manage things on your own. I'm hearing you've been well equipped, right, to be able to manage this on your own. And then I also saw a pregnant woman, and she was basically in a shop after hours, and then she was trying to get out, and there was like these plastic, cling film. There was like a plastic saran wrap, and she was like bursting through it, right? And she was pregnant, and there were different barriers, of these invisible barriers that she was like trying to exit from the shop in regards to, and she had a whole crew that was helping her kind of burst through this. So I'm hearing some of you, it feels like you're bursting out of an old skin, right? It's like you're shedding your skin, the year of the snake. And pregnancy represents some kind of new beginning or transformation in your life. Perhaps it's something that you're nurturing and growing and tending to. It can even represent like a creative project that is unfolding. Maybe you are the creative project and you're unfolding, right, into new aspects of yourself, petal by petal. And I'm hearing it's helping you kind of get back to the core of your being, your core essence. New beginnings and creativity as well. So this again could be some kind of creative endeavor. Maybe it's a new job, maybe it's a relationship, maybe a relationship to yourself. Plastic wrap is all about invisible barriers that you're moving past. This could be internally, it could be barriers that like no one else can really see. It could also show potentially representing a desire for something more authentic, right? Because when you talk about plastic, you talk about something that's quite superficial upon the surface. And this is something that I'm hearing you feel like you cannot really integrate with. So it's something that feels like there's an unnatural way of being at this point moving forward, and that is allowing the invisible barriers, I'm hearing, all lines that you had drawn for yourself, to hold you back any longer. That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing somebody draw a line in the sand, and they're actually able to move over the sand. This could be abrupt negative thoughts, because they're showing me right now, when you draw a circle around an ant and it feels like it can't escape, right? But there isn't the illusion of I'm hearing separation between where it is and what it wants, but it can cross that invisible line even if it seems like it's so visible, the line does not really exist. The line is not really holding it back. There's only an illusion of the line holding themselves back, holding it back from experiencing everything else that it wants. So that's what I'm seeing. It's like there is this invisible circle or line that maybe you've drawn for yourself once upon a time. Maybe you allowed your fear to draw for yourself. But that's an interesting energy, especially with the ants. It could be, again, abrupt negative thoughts that you're kind of overcoming, and it's invisible. I do feel like anyone else can see this but you. And yeah, you did actually break past all of these invisible barriers and perceived limitations, and you had aid in this process. So again, a lot of you, this is a lot of help that you have in regards to guides are encoded into your field, other things of this nature. And then I saw a beautiful mother and daughter that was speaking about changing their hair color and being disguised. So a hair color represents a personal transformation. Maybe it's a new beginning, a new expression that you're wanting to kind of, you know, embody within yourself, your highest possible expression, and not being held back by any inhibitions, where you can really shed old patterns in order to be able to embrace this new, you know, identity. So scene 3, I called it staying focused on the eye of the needle and removing every other superfluous distraction. So you guys were on a Zoom class with a very interesting mystic teacher, and we were all speaking together, and you were going into an elevator, and the people that you were around had hung up the call early, even though it was closing out. You knew that you would speak soon, but you wouldn't have personally hung up the call that early. So this is about some type of learning and growth phase that you're going through, and you're having to adapt and change to the things that you're learning. I'm hearing also adapting the things that you're doing as you begin to learn more. So you could feel like you're on a journey, but you're still kind of uncovering things. It's almost like the best way to show it is to do it. You know, I'm hearing like the best way to learn is literally through example, right? So there could be something that you're actually physically doing. Maybe it's kind of discovering how you navigate a new job or a new relationship, but your subconscious mind is, you know, attempting to process and adapt to these changes as you embark on the journey. It's almost like as you walk down the path begins to unfold. So I feel like that's the process that you're going through. Scene 4, I call it adjusting to this new beginning. So you guys were in a white dress and you thought that you had broken your heel because you made this like huge jump, but you didn't. So this could be being, again, self-conscious in regards to how you're being perceived or how you'll be received in this thing. White dresses are all about a new chapter or fresh start in your life, whether it's in your personal, professional life, maybe even both. And I'm hearing both even coinciding. So maybe some of your professional life has personal connotations in there, and it's more of a psychological adjustment with a heel as well, because it represents also the mind. So you do have this heightened power. You've come into this awareness. It's time to be seated into this awareness as you take these jumps and begin to discover this new confidence within yourself. I feel like your biggest obstacle is going to be the mind, right? Scene 5, I call it keep going, you will be rewarded. So I saw you guys shopping in an elevator. There were also boys who had stuck up for this man that got bullied. It was like this elderly man and some, you know, bullies that were just operating in fear, who had pushed the elderly man who was also operating in fear. That's what brought them into resonance. And you witnessed someone else have this act of love and really just stand up for the man, and they weren't judging either one, but they were just trying to hold space for both parties. And you entered into the elevator and only you could exit from the back end. There was like a double door that you could exit from, and you did, and then you couldn't find your shopping cart after that, and you were later reimbursed for the shopping that you had lost as you began to kind of enter into the scene, observe the chaos that was kind of happening, and then choose to, you know, take what it is that you had learned and then depart from the scene. And you were going to come back around again, but with a different perspective on the whole thing. So I was seeing a brother as well, which is all about self-expression and confidence. This is about leading with more authenticity. Maybe there's a level of vulnerability as you go out to do something, right? As you have these selection of choices to make. And the bully represents where you feel like you've almost been keeping yourself down. Maybe it feels like even ancestrally where you have felt targeted in some way. And it's you coming to a place where you're no longer being held back by feeling like you're being perceived or you're going to be judged or you've been judging yourself, but it's more coming into a phase where you're setting yourself free out of the back door. Only you had access to the back door. No one else could really see it, and you decided to depart from that elevator. So the shopping cart represents pushing through obstacles and no longer having a reliance on others. You know, it's almost like you're no longer mirroring the wounds of others back to them. Instead, I was talking to my friend about this the other day. We were saying something around, you're no longer mirroring wounds. What you're mirroring is a different example and a different way of being. So I definitely feel like that's showing up for you. You know, maybe you feel like you're kind of misunderstood in regards to why you navigate situations in the way that you do, or why you're going to be navigating situations in the way that you will be. But you being reimbursed represents that you being able to trust in yourself and being able to apply your free will at any given moment in time and being really selective in regards to the timelines that you want to experience is something that you will be rewarded for, okay? So yeah, there is this very conscious application of your free will and being really conscious in regards to the things you want to engage with, the things that you don't, the things that add value into your life, and the things that maybe no longer hold value for you, okay? So yeah, that's basically the themes that are showing up. So we're going to go ahead and break this down now with the Cosmos Oracle message. I want to take a look at the world inside of yourself and what it is that you guys are uncovering with that scene. That's going to be, I'm hearing greatly received. Actually, we're going to be greatly received as you begin to receive this within yourself. And I'm also hearing like, get ready for the world to know your name, right? And with names have a very specific energetic signature to them. So I'm hearing get ready for the world to know like your energetic signature. And this is the way that you hold this truth and this consciousness and this light within your vessel, all right? And there was also another message that was coming through there as well. Get ready for the world to know your name. And there's two biggest days, the one that you're seeded onto this planet, and the second one is when you remember why. And I'm hearing everybody's about to witness that why as you witness it within yourself, right? Everybody's about to discover your why as you uncover it within yourself. It's always been there. It was never lost. It was just waiting to be found once again. All right, so we have DNA. I knew this was going to come up. I should have just said it. I'm just going to start saying it, you know. I should have just said it. But DNA is about demonstrable gifts. So DNA holds memory. That's why I said, again, it's something that you guys are uncovering within yourself. It's something that you're remembering, right? It's like you're remembering this different member of yourself, right? This different parallel life and integrating that, right? DNA is also something ancestrally too that's been encoded within you. Let's go ahead and read DNA. It's a beautiful card. I will talk a little bit about it. It talks about something coming to light, right? And this is going to be very healing because it's going to allow you to integrate with, again, your multi-dimensional nature, right? Really being able to demonstrate your otherworldly essence while you're seated in this world, but you're not becoming of this world, right? It's like you're clearly not of this world and everyone can clearly see it, right? They see something otherworldly being uncovered within you. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing unraveled. So this shows a transmission of information, also something within the quantum field that's revealing someone or something from our own lineage. It can reveal itself in a very positive way, such as the ability to channel a hidden gift or talent in the family. So again, like we said, right? There's information again that you're going to be uncovering. It could come with demonstrable gifts. Enjoy the qualities that are given to you to bring forward the wisdom of your lineage. So again, this is cellular memory, experiences that you have not lived, but experiences that are recorded within you in a molecular level, essentially. So the energy that's coming through is that this is the first time, right? We have time here at the base within your historical timeline where you have actually been able to be okay with being in a position that is vulnerable per se, right? Where it's like you're putting yourself out there in some way, or you're embodying a different example. And that in itself is the full expression of yourself, because you're no longer repressing or suppressing this aspect of self that has always been there. I'm hearing even dormant until you decided to awaken it within yourself. And this is about you remembering it within yourself. Yeah, it's super interesting. There was also another message that was coming through, but let's leave it there for now. Let's take a look at a tarot message. Sure. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune that's split there. We will get 2. They want me to get the Light Seers deck as well. The Cosmic Tree and the Hermit. So yeah, this is something that you are kind of bringing out into the world, and this is a network that you could be kind of revealing, right? This is the bridge of vulnerability, which is the only bridge to connection that the Hermit is crossing here, right, as he embarks on this new journey. And the wisdom that he has cultivated through many, many lifetimes becomes his torch, right? His awareness of himself is his torch, and that guides his life. Okay, so there could be something that you'll feel like you're being guided to cross over into. It's almost like this, you know, initiationary journey. That's definitely the vibe that it gives me, and it's something otherworldly. This is where the human condition lives, right? Because we talk about number 9 when we talk about the Hermit. So this is the ruler of numerical 9. The cosmic network, again, is definitely a strong vibe in regards to an otherworldly connection that you have, and that being uncovered. Again, with the Hermit, it's like the moment where the Hermit discovers his power is the moment in which everybody else can feel something has shifted within him. There's a lot of depictions that are coming through, but it's almost the moment where somebody unlocks this, you know, superpower. That's definitely the vibe that it gives me. It's like this quantum ability, this otherworldly ability. But it happens in a very public way. For example, I'm seeing somebody in like public, and it's like they've discovered that they have some kind of ability. They say something, they do something, and others witness it in a way that cannot be written off. So it's very, very interesting. Let's go ahead and read this energy with the Hermit real quick and see if anything else comes up. And again, this is a major arcana too. So the cosmic network shows inner truth that you're going to be reaffirming, okay? So we are told that the cosmic tree is an epicenter of all souls. It's where we all come from and where we will one day return. It has had many names over time, but at its roots is the collective unconscious unfolding for eternity. This is something that's existed since the beginning of time and will exist long after we are gone. It is wise to not seek out the cosmic tree, but rather to find comfort in existence. This is where you're being offered guidance through the collective unconscious. Take this as a positive affirmation that the path you're on is the right one, and that in contemplation comes understanding and growth. Trust that the truth you seek is to be buried within in the fibers of your very being. Understand that knowing your inner truth may require isolation. Spend time with yourself in the quiet, and there is a seed that needs nurturing. So there's something about going within, kind of disappearing, and then reappearing on the world stage with something that you've uncovered. That's what the vibe is, right? It's something that you've wrapped up, that's been wrapped up literally within you, because you're a stardust wrapped in skin, right? The light that you've been seeking is within, and you're about to uncover that light and emanate that to the world. I'm hearing this is where you become a beacon of light. You become an example of what you will discover when you go within. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Beautiful energy. So yeah, you guys are going to be an example of some kind. Let's go and take a look at scene 2. We have this is all part of the journey. Let's take a look at the shopping and the selection of choices, the pregnant woman, and the cling film wrap, or the saran wrap. Binary star. Okay, this is something that's always been on your path, and then you have dark nebula too, which is about a dark cluster of stars, a dark patch or cluster of stars. So with binary star, there is something that is almost invisible, right? This dark nebula basically talks about something that is invisible unless you're actually directly looking for it. So with binary star, this has always been something that has been part of your path when it comes to autonomy, but then you also feel like there's been this lingering essence with you, your whole existence in this lifeline, and it's something that again I feel like has been encoded for you to be able to transcend from, which is super interesting. And the crew that helped you is a lot of guides that are encoded into your field that are designed to assist you in being able to transcend any perceived limitations. That's the energy that's coming up here with binary star, all right? And with dark nebula, it's like you don't really see them. Again, it is invisible. I'm hearing sometimes the important things are the things in which we cannot see. So that's the energy that's coming through as well. Sometimes it's the invisible things in which we cannot see. I'm hearing that always working on our behalf. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands, which is the mystic energy. So the mystic energy and the Queen of Wands is one of the most spiritual queens. She usually she knows a lot more than she lets on a lot of the times. And she, inside of her, it's like, okay, inside of you guys, you always knew that I'm hearing you were to take the less tread path. You were to take the less traveled path. And you always knew inside of you that there was something calling you to take the less beaten path. There's a lot of different energies that are coming up in regards to this, something unconventional. And the Queen of Wands is not afraid to challenge the status quo or to do something that's different. She doesn't necessarily announce it though. It's more of this internal flame. And she also can reinstill the fire and flame within herself. And as she does that, she also begins to lead by example and instill the confidence in those around her. So this could be a creative vision that you've always knew deep down that you were going to pursue in some way. And you can massively engage with others in order to be able to pursue these creative visions. And you do have mastery over this, like you have mastery in regards to where your creative life force is channeled towards with this energy. And I feel like you're kind of channeling this back in onto something that you feel like has always been, I'm hearing, in close conjunction with you. So maybe it's something that you've always been drawn towards. You feel like no matter how much you try to outrun this thing, it's like it's always been drawn towards you. And I'm hearing the haunting has gotten louder, right? It's something that's always lingered in the hallways of your heart or haunted the hallways of your mind, but it's an otherworldly essence that you've always carried and innately knew, all right? So then we have the Three of Trees here at the base. So this is going to give you the opportunity to build something, right? This also talks about a level up of some kind, but you're going to be able to build a way when there appears to be no way, okay? It's like you're going to see, I'm hearing, you're going to be able to see the instruction manual that you are being given, all right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the next scene. So scene 3 is about removing every other superfluous distraction. This was about the Zoom class. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm hearing that this is the completion of something as well. Yeah, protoplanetary disk. Okay, so protoplanetary disk, let me reaffirm real quick. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. It's a beautiful energy though. It's very positive. Protoplanetary disk. PPP. Here we go. Okay, this talks about where planets themselves are formed. So you are standing in a giant incubator, right? So something that you're learning is leading to a lot of growth, all right? I'm hearing it's allowing you to further accelerate along your path. So something that you guys are learning in the Zoom class talks about something large, concrete, solid, with endless possibilities is brewing, right? And it may feel like it's difficult to achieve a lot of clarity in the here and now, but you can feel something brewing based off something that you're learning, something that you're being guided to learn. And it talks about this is happening all around a star. And again, you guys are that star. Everything is on its path. Just enjoy the journey. So again, it's like you are on the right path, right? By the things that you're being called to study, by the things that you're being called to do. And it talks about there's nothing that you need to worry about, but also nothing that you need to do. Continue doing what you're doing right now. If lack of clarity caused by the nebula brings anxiety or confusion, remember to pay attention to at the sky. It always talks about how even though the clouds are in front of the sun, it doesn't mean that the sun is not always working on our behalf. You know, there's only an illusion of the sun not being there. So again, the things that are important right now are the things that you cannot see, the things that are being prepared for you in the invisible realms by invisible forces, okay? So continue, I'm hearing like creating headway, I'm hearing continue forging this path, continue embarking on this journey, right? We have 7 of Pentacles here. Even though it may not feel instantly gratifying, this is a decision that does benefit your future self. This is somebody that's on their way to building an empire, a legacy, right? Something that is going to literally secure them, right, in the world, their position in the world. All right, let's go ahead and see scene 5, 4. Adjusting to this new beginning. This was the white dress and the heel. White dress and the heel is the void. Wow. So again, that white energy. So you may feel like there is a lot of unknown, and that's what's getting you. Okay, I'm hearing that's what's getting you. Any other messages in the void? Let's go ahead and see. This is empty space. Can you handle it? So maybe they're not knowing, right? No answer, no energy, no message. There is nothing. And at the same time, it's like the paradox of silence. It can sound louder than the 1,000 words opening the possibility of a whole, right? So cosmic voids are like bubble-like structures that contain nothing inside and are scattered throughout the universe. At the same time, they act as valuable tools to unravel the mysteries of the universe. So it's like as you continue to embark on this journey, the journey continues to unfold in front of your eyes. And that's what gives you like this unknown feeling, but it's knowing that your full potential lies on the other side of that unknown. And then this page is literally on 111, right, which is about your destiny, right, that's unfolding. Hopefully you can see that. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at scene. Well, actually, let's clarify the void first. Tell me about the void. What's the energy around the void? The void, we have the magician, right? So the magician is a beautiful energy because he, and this is also the pelican, wait, the pelican, right, too? The crow, yeah, the crow. All right, so this is about you guys preparing for some type of change. The magician has a thought, and that thought is reinforced through his emotion. That is a bioelectrical charge, and it creates a thought form in his field, right, in the quantum field. And him acting upon this vision that he has, this preview of life's upcomings that he has, allows that thought form to collapse through space-time and become part of his third dimensional experience. However, in the third dimension, there is a very dense matter that we're dealing with, which means that there is a lag time between the arrival, I'm hearing, of this at your doorstep, right? The arrival of this or the alignment of this. But you are already aligned with this. That's the energy that it gives me, all right? So I'm seeing like a trajectory that you're on, and you're literally right on target right now. There is only an illusion of separation between you and it. All right. So there's something about the magician and the magic, right, of the magician. And I'm hearing the illusion of separation is what creates a lot of confusion, because I'm hearing not just for yourself, but also for those around you, because you're positioning yourself in a very specific direction right now. Maybe you feel like all your energy, I'm hearing, is being infused into, you know, projects. Maybe you are the project, right? But there was a strong energy in regards to confusion around, oh, what was it? There was something important there in regards to how others should perceive you or how you're going to be perceived. Even though you're in alignment with this thing already, like you getting there is inevitable. You reaching this thing has already happened. You're just witnessing the becoming of it. And that's what makes you seem weird with a magician. Because weird is someone who can control their fate and destiny in etymology. So it's like you're taking control of your fate and destiny. And that's something that is you reflecting a different example. You're mirroring a different example to others who have just been a passive observer of their reality, whereas you're stepping into creator mode and you're becoming a sovereign creator. So that's what this is. So you don't look like anyone around you right now. It's like you're doing something, again, the siren right now, you're following calling of the soul. It doesn't look like I'm hearing a lot of what you have been observing or what others have observed once before within you, okay? So that point of reference is dissolving, all right? Because like there's something shifting within you and you're having to adjust to the shifts that are happening. Scene 5 is called Keep Going, You'll Be Rewarded. So this is the scene in the elevator where you guys were reimbursed. I'm hearing tenfold, Pluto, unavoidable change. So again, this is an unavoidable change or transformation. So again, this is definitely about you guys embodying some type of different example. We'll talk about it with Pluto as well. It's a beautiful card and pretty much just talks emphasizes or adds on or piggybacks to literally what we just said, in terms of feeling like an outsider, feeling like, you know, maybe you don't belong in some way, maybe others looking at you like you don't belong. Pluto is the unavoidable transformation. It's the story about the poetic legend. Once upon a time, a planet named Pluto was once part of our solar system. Pluto belonged to our family for many years. One day, the laws keeping Pluto as one of us changed. But who was in charge? What laws? How did it happen? We could debate this for hours. There were some who considered it a planet, others who did not. The silver lining of the story is that Pluto soon found its new tribe. Without much need for recognition, 𝓰𝓾𝓂𝓰, and many others were always there, amongst the so-called dwarfed planets to welcome him. If you don't belong, don't belong. And it's like you don't belong. There is something around you that's kind of questionable right now, or at least it will be. I'm hearing it's going to make people question you, right? But I'm hearing something around the answers are within, so go within, all right? And the answers will find you if the seeker remains open to them. So there's something around the answers in regards to the mysteries of the universe being revealed to you during this time, but only you can see them. And also there was another energy in regards to Pluto is the psyche. It's like 8th house. So again, this is like a deep, I'm hearing like subatomic transformation, which is interesting. So this is a deep transformation that has happened within you on a molecular level, on an internal level. And there's like invisible transformations that have not been visible for everyone. That's going to shift the changes that you make that will become visible for everyone. So everyone sees you making the changes, but they don't understand really what has set off these changes. I'm hearing what has triggered them. And this is about the intersection between the soul meeting the physical vessel. And I'm hearing it's because they've integrated and they're now moving as one instead of in this incongruency. They're moving completely congruent. It's like you're moving as one with your divine essence. You're not compartmentalizing that. You are living according to that divine essence. And that essence is different. I'm hearing it's like you've been infused with spirit now. It's like you've infused this new magic into your life, magic into your soul. And I'm hearing it's a story that has been untold until now. So maybe there's a story that you're going to get to tell. Maybe this is going to be an important part of your story of life. It could be something that leaves a mark in the historical timeline. We have the devil, right? So the devil and the vessel. So this is no longer being held back by, again, limiting belief systems, even the limits that maybe others have tried to put on you. This is Saturn energy when you talk about the devil. So this is restrictions, limitations, right? The part of you that accepts the challenges in order to gain more wisdom. And with Pluto, this is literally breaking free, almost burning down those barriers, burning down the restrictions, burning down anything that prevents you from being able to liberate yourself from a 5 of Pentacles of wanting more. There is this thirst that you have on a soul level. There is a thirst that you have that I'm hearing is something that cannot be explained. And you're being guided to new waters, a new spring oasis, and it's in the subterranean depths of your own heart. So allow your heart to gently guide you towards your chosen destination, all right? Instead of the rigid structures that, you know, you have once upon a time set upon yourself, or maybe society you feel like had set upon you, right? So yeah, guys, we're going to probably leave it there. Maybe we'll close up with one gateway of the light activation card, and then I'll love and leave you, possibly right there. We have Venetian Galactic Council, star beings, answer the call, time to shine. So again, this is your time to shine. It's time to step into your light. Venetian Galactic Council are a group of beings who contact you in dream time. They can contact you in deep meditation, but they are here to assist you. We also have Pleiadian activation here at the base too, in regards to this heavy energy that is now being washed away. Okay, any kind of dense matter that you've been feeling is dissolving. Okay, I'm hearing is actually being used for the purpose of alchemy to further accelerate along your path. So you could be converting this energy like a good magician does, right? So the energy for this, let me go ahead and read this. It says, this is a call to action. You're being called and asked to step up and create the changes that you want to see in the world. You have a reason for being here, and you have the potential to inspire, support, and heal your corner of the world. Don't let this information scare you or overwhelm you, for you are being prepared energetically to step into this role. The ideas you've been recently having are divine downloads, but you aren't being called to make dramatic changes to your life. Simply move forward step by step. The Venetian Galactic Council will reveal more information to support you. Be aware of the downloads of information and the spiritual signs for their confirmation that you're on the right path, all right? So I love you so much. I'm gonna love and leave you guys right there. If you're not already subscribed to this channel and want to stick around for future reviews, do consider subscribing. We'd love to have you around. Personal reading details are also down below. If you want to join our Discord server, that's also going to be down below. Also, if you guys want to check out some beautiful high quality jewelry, this is AAA grade jewelry here. I have moonstone, rainbow moonstone. This is lapis lazuli, and then also celestite here by Otter Spirit. I have a discount code down below as well. But until next time, bye.